What's up, guys? This is Torre Washington. So, the other day I asked many of you to ask me a few questions, and I would pick randomly some questions that I would respond to and give you guys answers. Just kind of opening up, telling you a little bit more about myself, what do I do, how I train. So, picked a few of them. We're going to do 5. First, question number 1. How do I stay lean while eating so many carbs? You know what's crazy? Since I guess the beginning of the Atkins diet and different diets from before, the reason I'm saying diet in this sense is to kind of give you a reference. I don't actually use the word diet because I'm not ready to die yet. But carbs, staying lean. Carbs aren't the enemy, my friend. And I think to this day, a lot of us know that carbs are what gives you energy to get your workout done, to get through your day. Calories. Calories are a measure of energy. And you get calories from fats, proteins, carbs. Those things you need in order to provide you with ample energy to push you through your workout. Carbohydrates are one of your major sources of energy that your body goes to first in order to get the energy you need to drive you through that workout. Without the carb, you're not going to burn the fat. What do I mean by that? Without the carb, you're not going to get the energy to do the workout, to run on a treadmill, to run outside, to do your pull-ups, to do whatever it is that you do that you find active. Without the carbs, you're not going to get the energy to fulfill you for that training session, right? So I utilize carbs as calorie. I don't look at them as carbs. I don't look at them as protein. I look at them as fat. I look at them as measures of energy, basically calories. How many calories I take in versus how many calories I burn. That in and of itself helped me to stay lean. So what I do is, let's say I start off at 3,000 calories and I'm getting ready for a competition, I will slowly bring my caloric content down so that way, as I'm getting closer to the show, I'm getting as lean as I need to be. And it's all on calories. Don't be afraid of the carbs, my friend. Carbs are your friend. Because if you look at the animal kingdom, the carnivores that eat meat, it goes through their system very quickly because they have a small intestinal tract. We have a long intestinal tract. So those carbohydrates refuel and regenerate and build and do things for our body that are amazing. Give it a shot. And if you need help leaning out, you can always give me a call. Not on my personal line. You can hit me through my website, torrewashington.com. Number 2. Is your diet focused mainly on macro consumption? I typically don't track macro nutrients. What I do is I make sure that I'm getting in a variety of nutrition, a variety of food, but I eat according to how my body feels and how my body looks. Now, that takes time. I'm not going to say you're going to be able to do that tomorrow and say, oh, let me eat this tofu sandwich and I see how I feel. No, it's not that simple. But when I work with someone on a one-to-one basis, I do help them in a sense of the macro style, because it's the one style that allows you flexibility with your eating regimen. It gives you the opportunity to eat things that you like, and whether it fits in your caloric intake, your macro intake, that is what matters the most. Because then if you like a certain particular food in a certain way, if you look at it based on what the numbers you have for that day, it helps you make a better decision. So you could say, I can eat this much of it, or should I eat this much of it? But still, all in all, it's sustainable because you're still eating things that you enjoy and are able to maintain the look you want and how you feel and what have you. So no, I don't follow it myself, but when I'm working with someone to help them learn how to intuitively eat and eat according to their body type and how they feel and how they want to look, that's how I start them. Question number 3. What are my favorite go-to meals, snacks, before, after workout, and do I drink shakes or what have you? When it comes to before and after workout meals, I don't say, oh, I'm going to do this meal before. I really just particularly eat before. So if I'm eating, I do my best to eat about an hour at the least prior to a meal. But that doesn't happen all the time. There are times where I may go 4 hours without a meal and still go train because my training still is a priority. I can fill in food after because if I've eaten before, I still have stored glycogen from all the carbs that I've intaken, right? All the nutrients that I've gotten in. And then probably one of my best meals that I usually get after a training, I love Japanese sweet potatoes. So at the most, I do Japanese sweet potatoes almost every day. They taste like candy. They're very nutritious. Baked, boiled, fried, however you want to do it, is amazing. So then I'll probably add in maybe some seitan, some tempeh, some tofu, some beans. Usually, sometimes if I'm planning, typically for something before training, I usually start with a higher carbohydrate intake. I may go with some fruit, I may go with some blueberries, or I may just have a regular meal, which could be Benito's chips and broccoli and asparagus, or a salad with some beans on it, or some tofu and on a sandwich. It really doesn't matter to me. I don't look at it as, oh, I need to have this prior to my meal or this after. It's what I have prepared, which may just be, I may have some pan-seared tofu in the fridge with some Japanese sweet potatoes and whatever greens I want to put on there. Or I may not have any tofu there. I may have some lentil soup. My spicy bean lentil soup that's on my Nourish program. I may have that. Those things like that, because I look at it as getting the nutrition in. One thing I do talk to most of my people that I work with, after workout, your fat content needs to be slightly lower, because theoretically it's been shown that it could possibly hinder absorption because of your insulin spike and what have you. So typically you want to have about 8 grams of fat at the most for your meal after your training session. And do I drink shakes? I'm not a shake person. I haven't been. Protein shakes wasn't something I found very important. Not to say that you don't have to drink protein shakes. You can. That's a preference of yours. My preference is no. I don't drink them. I don't need so much protein going into my body. I think I get enough protein from my body by my caloric intake for the day. Question number 4. Are you naughty? Yeah, you see these naughty dreadlocks, man? I'm naughty all day, baby. But for most of you that may not know what naughty means, naughty in the bodybuilding arena is meaning, are you natural? Do you take any synthetic substances like PEDs or steroids, anabolic steroids, all these different human growth hormone, these different things that you use to make yourself look bigger than you are? No, I don't. I never even thought of taking those things. But to this day, I still get accused of taking it, which to me, it's a compliment. That means my hard work is paying off, man. And it's because I'm rethinking protein and all these plants in my body. But yes, I am naughty. I'm a naughty dreadlock, and I'm a naughty for the bodybuilding situation. Question number 5. This is it. Do I eat legumes for protein, or do I mix them with something to get protein? What I think this person is asking here is, do I eat beans, legumes, what have you? Yes, I eat them all. And in the past, it was considered that the only way to get a complete protein from a vegan lifestyle was to have your aminos balanced with another one that one was missing. What I mean is, for example, let's say you have black beans. Black beans may have a certain amount of aminos, and then the brown rice has a certain amount of aminos that the black beans is lacking. So those together, you combine it, now you have a complete protein. New research and understanding is the body is designed in such an amazing way that when you eat these beans or whatever, and those aminos that you get from it, the body stores it until you finally replace it, or not replace, you eat something else that fills it in, and now you have your complete protein. So you don't necessarily need to be concerned about eating a complete protein at the time that you're sitting down and eating. Just eat a variety of foods, get the calories you need for the day, bam, you have it. So that's 5 questions. I appreciate all your questions. Keep sending them. Keep pushing. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, man. I'm definitely out to you, sir. Torre Washington, naughty pro. Naughty all day, baby.